is full of oppression, directly or indirectly. Places notwithstanding, anybody can be oppressed anywhere. But God has not created your destiny to be that kind of destiny that is open for oppression, because He lives in you. So as you make decision daily, make decision in such manner that you are too well built to be limited in fulfilling destiny. So trust in the Lord. Sorry, can you go back there? Whenever you want to make decision, whether you are at that moment, you are lost, you don't know what to do, you are confused, you are unsure, you are unclear, you are perplexed or disoriented, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Find time to seek God. Be far away from your family, either 1 day or 2 hours, 3 hours. Find a solitude time. Seek God for that direction, for that decision. Because at times we seek men. In fact, you can seek somebody you think that is far higher in faith, that they will not even lead you. They will lead you to limit you. Seek God, seek God, seek God. God will speak to you, I'm telling you. You will need it. The hour we are today is an hour where we all need personal relationship with God. You need to know your God. You need to relate with Him on one-on-one basis. Yeah. As you make your decision, because we are product of our decisions. Decision is critical. We are product of our decision. Be careful on the decision you make, as an individual or as a family. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your path. So, I want you to know that at any time that you get to a critical point in life that you feel lost, it's not of God. Take note of it. It's not of God. He said, I will make way where there seems to be no way. So, let's go there. Yeah, at any time in life that you get to a point that you feel lost, as if there's no more hope, it's not of God. Any point you get to, there should be a way out. There is a way out. There is solution to every problem. So a lot of destiny has been taken advantage of at this most terrible time. You just need to seek God. At the time, you need to forget. You forget. Just go after God. Let God speak. I'm telling you, if you try it, He will either speak to you in your dream. God is very, very close to everyone. Or He just used somebody. What you are just trying to, something that bothered you before, somebody may just call. He will just say something and you should address it. So, at any time that you are confused, you are lost, be more sensitive, because God will send you a way. Are we together? Yeah. So, your family have influence in your decision as well. At times, this is very, very critical. You have to carry your family along. At times, both families may not just arrive at a decision at the same time. It may take time. One may be looking for it now. The other may like to take his time. That time is so sensitive. Very, very sensitive. We need God. And we need to use our brain as well. So, you combine all this together, the association you find yourself, the belief you find yourself, either church or mosque, wherever you find yourself, be careful. Filter what you hear. As I'm talking now, filter my word. If anyone that doesn't apply to you, don't allow it to dominate your system. Filter what you receive. Those things that can build your destiny, pick them and go and work on them. So, look at this picture. I know many of us, we have got to this situation. You want to make a decision, you're just thinking. Look at this. Every decision we make, I want us to, if you can put this down, we're going to explain it. Every decision we make, we take, is a risk. Do we agree? Every decision, no matter the kind, is a risk. The life we are living is a risk. Everything in life is a risk. So whether you decide to make decision or not is a risk. So if you decide that I'm not making, just forget about it, it's a risk. If you decide that you want to make that decision and move forward in life, it's a risk. So, and if we look at it, considering risk has limited a lot of destiny. Without even knowing that whether you take the risk or not, life is a risk. You can't just dictate what will happen in the next few seconds. Right? So it is a risk as well to decide not to decide. It's a risk. Think about the hidden security. Take note of this. Think about the hidden security in what look risky. This is, I want to draw our mind to businesses. Are we together? Are we together? There is a business in you that can make you. There is what? A business. There is an idea in you that can make you. There is an idea in you that nobody has ever thought of. There is an idea in you knocking at you. Majority of us, there are ideas knocking deep inside us that do it, take a step, do it, take a step. But we don't just decide. So we think it. That is intention. But your intention is not your decision. They are two different things. Our intention is never our decision. You can decide, like I said at the beginning of this teaching, that many of now the year is running to an end. The year is running to an end. We begin to think of what we want to do next year. Some people begin to think of New Year resolution. New Year resolution. Most of these things, they end up by December 31st to be intention and never a decision. Until you act on your intention, it remains dormant. It never becomes decision. And this area, a lot has been deceiving themselves, thinking that I've made up my, we just assume our intention to be our decision. This is what we want to do. In fact, many family, and I don't even expect any family attending this program that in the course of the year that they will not come together to decide what they want to do next year. No. Many family, we make intentions. We agree, the husband we agree, the wife we agree, the children we agree. But we never work on it. That is where the year we run out. The idea is just still there. We don't run after it. Until we make up our mind to live, we will never live. We must make up our mind to truly live. That is then we can live. And if you want to live, you can't but offend people. It's natural. If you want to live, you can't but be misunderstood. If you want to truly live, you can't but be condemned. Because the natural system of the world is that you should be where you are. Don't make move. It's for you to be fed. That is the system of the world. Yeah. For you, just sit down there, we give you food. Just sit down there. When we need you, we just call you. We want to do this. Just come and do it. That is the system of the world. But this system annoys God. In the church. In the church. It's just there. We just call you. We don't call you to that, okay, you have been coming to Word of Light. You have been coming to this program for 1 year. So what are you up to? Are you thinking business? Or I just call you, bro, you didn't come last time. Please come this month. So I don't think about, are we together? So any place like that is very risky to your destiny. You know, you see your brother, you can't challenge him. What you think that he is supposed to have had, he's not having it. You challenge him in a very polite manner. You should do this. You know, for instance, you are into furniture design and all this, right? Must we continue to buy furniture from other people? From carpentry, look for business, save money. Think of having your own office that you can make share for people. Let people go to Amazon or whatever to order for your products. People, we have to begin to look at all this. And like we said, in everybody, there is a product. Can you repeat it? There is a product in me. I will find it. And I will release it to the world. So that it can bless the world. You must have the mindset of contributing to the growth of your community if you truly want to be successful in life. And this is where we must constantly check our decision. Right? Stop looking for the approval of everybody before you do anything. Seek for the approval of God. And have this thing, I'm repeating it, at the back of your mind. Anything you will do that will cause pain to other people, God hates it. God hates it. But anything you will do that is not causing anybody pain, but for you to fulfill destiny, if you cry to God, He will make the way. But our inability to just stand up for our destiny is the issue. Don't wait for people to map out your future for you to fit in. You have your life to live. Learn to make decisions. Allow God to be central to your decision making. Sir? Okay.
Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah.
So if you make a decision and you didn't hear from God, does that mean that you as a woman, you cannot move ahead with that decision until you hear from God?
Look at it. That's a very good question. A lot of people also, the idea got sunk at this point. In fact, majority, like I said, anything you want to do that doesn't cause anybody pain, go ahead and do it. Right? Go ahead and do it. A lot of people may be sitting until I hear from God. And for a whole life, they won't do anything. But God has granted every one of us freedom. What did He say? Go and dominate and multiply. Don't wait for me.
Thank you, sir.
Are we together? You don't need to keep waiting. But what you need to do to bring God's factor into it is that you don't think evil. God hates evil. Don't involve in sinning. That is the only thing that can separate you from God. Any other thing, I may call it religion. You know, today we heard.
So you can proceed even without God approval.
You see, God has approved every one of us to succeed in anything, naturally, anything we do. But if it carries evil along, don't proceed because you will fail in it. If it carries, get this understanding, if it carries evil, sin along, please, you will know, your conscience will tell you.
Exactly.
Other people may not see it. Your conscience will tell you. But if it doesn't carry evil, check it. Your conscience will tell you. If it doesn't carry sin, you are free to go ahead. Or you just need, like I said, at times we make decisions. And at times we need to write the decision. We need to make the decision right. What am I trying to bring out? At times we make certain decisions. I want to go into business. And you started the business. Maybe your planning is not right. Your planning is not, maybe it should be 100%. you get it 80%. You can make that decision right in the process of following your business pursuit. But if you don't make decision at all, you just have the plan that I want to go into sales or whatever. So you don't plan, you don't take step on it. You just have it as intention, right? So you don't do anything on it. You remain where you are, and God will not come down and force you to move from there. In fact, you remember the story of the talent? What happened to the one that didn't make use of it? It was taken away because it doesn't know the value, right? And it was given to those that even have more. Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Eh? You know, in the natural sense, we say, oh, but it just have only one. So it shows that God even hates laziness.
Thank you, sir.
Are we together? So he wants us, think of it. Why did God give you brain?
That's the question.
Why did God give me eyes? Why did God give me mouth, ear, and mind? All these things, they are the basic requirement capital that you need to run your destiny. Are we together? God gave us mind so that we can build relationship. Everything in life is about relationship. Outside it, no business can function. We can't live a meaningful life. He gave us brain so that we can think, not just for us to suspend our thinking and keep following people. A lot of us, we just keep following one way. Don't ask questions, you don't ask. Sit down, you sit down. We don't question things. God will help us in Jesus' name. Yeah. You see, think about the hidden security in what looks risky. At times we want to do something, then you look at the risk ahead. we never think about the security. If we do it, the security, the benefit that we can get, we only look at the risk. So this will sentence a lot of people to be where they are in life. And hidden risk in what looks secure. You know, at times the job we do may look so secure, but there may be concealed risk. Are we together? We keep doing one thing. We don't want to go to school. We don't want to advance. It's risky. The job may look so promising today. How many of us look at the research that they came out with recently? The job that will not make the next 20 years. You know, as we have typewriter in some years back, do you have it now? No. If you have anybody that have it and employ you to come and work, what will you do? No. So also some work will not make it. Some company that makes 500 Fortune company today, in the next 25 years, they can't make it. The company that will make great in future, there are those things, apart from health, computer, there are talents, people that will pursue their talent, because there's going to be a revolution. So I'm charging every one of us to begin to look for our talent to build it. You know, if you know how to do, a lot of us, we know how to do one thing or the other. If you can do business in line with what you like, just start it anyhow and keep moving. These are the things we need to know as we walk, and God will help us in Jesus' name. Are we clear with that point? It's very important. So, decision-making process can be difficult and complex when we have too many choices. At times we want to make choice, but you have many. You get confused. So we learn to narrow our choice. A choice could be hard or easy. Some difficult choices may have more benefit. Or some easy choices may have some other benefit as well. So that's why I said no is better, because both have something better than the other. If you want to make easy choice, there's some security you get, right? So if you want to make hard choice, maybe later there's something you get. So you in your decision making process, you want to appraise and narrow your choices. What you want to make, you want to narrow it. You narrow your choice to 2 so that you'll be able to strike the balance and go for 1. So it's not necessary that you multitask. If you can't multitask, please follow one thing at a time. Just make sure that you are doing something. Just make sure that you are moving forward. What do we say about, I said everybody should be using wristwatch, right? So that wherever you get, you want to make decisions, because at times you want to make certain decisions, you don't have people around you. Just check what your time says. Whatever your time is doing, just begin to do it. Move forward. It keeps ticking forward. Our time never goes back or stop, except if that wristwatch is faulty. So learn to go forward. So,
Yes.
yeah. So let's look at this. To do it or not to do it. Basis for decision making. Yeah, this place is critical. What others will say or think. Right? A lot of us, we want to do some stuff, maybe because of relationship, especially maybe in churches, we want to do something. You don't want to do it because I don't know what my bishop or pastor will say. You don't want them to say something. So you just keep dying silently. You don't make decisions. God will ask you at the end of your race. Don't wait for what people will say. Just look at it that, is this thing right? Is this thing I want to do, is it going to promote the glory of God? Are we together? This thing that I'm going to do, will it enhance my living and the living of others? These are the questions that we need to ask. 2, fear of failure. A lot of us, we don't want to fail. We don't want just to fail. So because of that, we remain where we are. Life is a risk. We have been repeating it. It's a risk. Take risk at time to do some stuff. But, you appraise your risk later. Because some risk can be foolish. And some can be reasonable risk. You don't say, this is a swimming pool now. I want to get to the other side. You cannot just risk that you want to jump. That is foolish risk. Right? So, fear of failure. I want you to know that failure is part of life. If you make decision personally, you never fail. You never lose anything. Do you know why? If it is your own personal decision, not that maybe you are being conditioned to think that way or act that way. If you can make decision on your own, you'll be able to take responsibility for the results. Are we together?
Yeah.
And the responsibility, you either benefit or you don't benefit. Even when you fail in it, you learn a lesson.
Yes, sir. You learn how to do it better.
Are we together? Mm-hmm. But the moment you refuse to take decision by yourself, you don't take decision by yourself, you allow people to map out the decision you should take. In future, you will blame those people. You can't escape it. You will blame them. Because most of the things they will ask you, they map out for you to do, will never align with what God has given you. You are just doing it. You are just following. And I want to charge everyone, don't be a passenger in the bus of your life. Be the driver. And allow God to keep controlling. Don't be the passenger. You own your life and it's just one life. Live it to fulfill destiny. Another thing is what God thinks or will do. This is very interesting. Anything you want to do, please, let's be together. Anything you want to do, consider, okay, if I do this, what will God think? In fact, this will guide every one of us. Because it will guide your conscience. Because you know that if you think that this thing I want to do, what will be the feeling of God? If you know that God will feel bad, that will check you not to do it, right? But if you know that it will be of great interest to God, that will be enough to motivate you to go ahead. Are we together? So, the next thing is, what is right or wrong in your decision making? The decision you want to make, do you think that is right? Do you think that is wrong? So there are bases upon which we should make our decision. And we should be conscious of the fact that approval of men will never we never enhance our future. You are waiting for people to approve what you do. You are waiting for people to praise you, to say you are doing it well. You are waiting for people to just be on your side. You won't go far. Anything you want to do, be ready that you'll be criticized. You will be condemned. You will be talked down. The moment you are able to build all this into your system, in fact, you'll be able to pursue anything you want to, because whenever they are coming, you don't even know whether they are existing. Build all these things into yourself as you make decisions. Just know that you are not here to please anybody. You are here to please God. And you cannot please God without pleasing men. In court, when you are pleasing God, you'll be doing things that will add value to men. That's what I mean. Are we together? Yes, so, and we are here to please God. Don't make men your God. Don't make men your God. Let God have his way in your life and continue to be in search for better life. Your life needs to be built. You have to, each one of us, we have to strive to change the course of history in our individual family. Generation should not repeat himself again and again. You are here, and I see you as an Abrahamic seed. Go and study the life of Abraham. What he did in a strange land, begin to do it. He made contribution in a strange land. Let's look for contribution to make here. And these days we have people, we teach different kinds of things. People are focusing on entrepreneurship. It's not only in entrepreneurship that we contribute meaningfully to the world. What about services? There are services we can render. But when we keep looking at money that make us billionaire, this and that, we may not be able to even fulfill what God has asked us to do. And until we find what God actually asked us to do, finding peace in life will be so difficult. Let's focus on our, strength and how we can develop it and how we can move ahead in life despite challenges, because challenges is going to be there. And we just need to strive to see how we can live above challenges of life. Our decision-making process is very key, because our decision rules our destiny. If you are living, you give room for others to keep making decisions for you. When we get old, you either blame that person or blame somebody. So,
sorry, I have something to talk about.
Okay.
Let's get to the question time.
Question time? I forget. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Question time.
Okay, we'll soon get it. Okay, let's get it. So, take home. Intention are not decision until conscious force is applied. Your intention are not your decision until a conscious force is applied. Next. Huh?
That's it.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah.
Oh, that means we still have, that's take home. I think we still have more. So, intention are not decision until conscious force is applied. Irrespective of your plans, your intention, what I want to do, this I want to do, this I want to do. Until you apply force, until you take step, it will never become a decision. Don't mistakenly call them decision. We have to work towards applying a force upon our intention to make it decision. And that is where we're going to stop this month. We have discussed on decision. It's time for us to interact. Like I said earlier, we come here to interact, to learn from one another. We should learn to ask questions.